Yo, yo, yo. Thanks for tuning in to the 7th episode of J Talks Crypto. And in this episode, I'm going to be talking about my Bitcoin pages analogy and how it relates to the Matrix, and how watching the movie The Matrix and understanding what's going on can help you understand Bitcoin and hardware wallets and what's going on behind the scenes there. So, if you haven't heard about my Bitcoin pages analogy yet, to give you an extremely brief synopsis, I compare Bitcoin to a big digital book, and I break down how that's a solid analogy and a solid way to kind of help you try to understand what's going on with the tech. If you look at some of my other video, my other video, I'll link it here or here once I figure out how to do that. I don't know how to do that yet, and I'm too lazy to figure it out. So I just might put it in the description. But that's pretty much the brief synopsis of the analogy. It's just Bitcoin's a big digital book, and what we're doing is we're buying pages we're buying the pages of the book because we think it's going to be worth a lot of money one day. So, Bitcoin pages analogy, the Matrix. So in the Matrix, what happens? Everyone obviously knows the red pill and the blue pill, right? So when you're in the Matrix and you're Morpheus and you're trying to look for the one, you can find Neo. The problem is you can find him in the Matrix, but you can't find his body. So the only way to find his body is to give him the red pill, so you can send a signal to the Matrix system that holds all of the bodies. And essentially the red pill, what it does is it sends a signal to the Matrix, and it says, hey, this body's dead. We can no longer harvest this energy. You can just expel it now. And then what the people outside the Matrix do is they go to where the dead bodies are, and then they're like, yo, what up? So how the hell does that relate to hardware wallets and Bitcoin? So I would say that it's very similar. So if we think of our hardware wallets, what the hardware wallet does, a lot of times people you try to view it as a USB, where you put your Bitcoin into the USB. And that might be a useful way to picture it in the beginning. That's not a useful way to view it long term, because that's not what is happening on a technical level. Your USB, your hardware wallet, what it does is it holds access to your page with a password, and it helps you generate the password because it's never ever connected to the internet, so it can't be compromised. So if you view your hardware wallet as the red pill and you view Bitcoin as the Matrix, it kind of serves a similar purpose. The red pill sends a signal to the Matrix, so the Matrix receives that signal to dump the body. And what your hardware wallet does is that it holds the pill or the password, and it sends a signal to the Matrix or the Bitcoin blockchain, and it tells it like, hey, yeah, this guy is actually the owner of this Bitcoin, and they're allowed to spend it. So that's my very, very brief way of trying to explain how understanding the Matrix can help you understand hardware wallets a little bit more. And that's one of the reasons why I love this Bitcoin pages analogy so much, because I was just talking about this to my brother the other day, and I was explaining it to him, and he was like, oh, holy crap, man, that actually kind of helped me understand it a little bit more. And he was actually the one who told me about, oh, it's kind of like the Matrix, and I thought it was really, really cool, because that's not something that I've ever heard, and I wanted to share it with you guys because everyone's going to respond to this differently, and maybe if I get someone else's fresh input, we can like mess with this a little bit more and come up with better analogies and better explanations. And it doesn't need to be complicated, because it's not. And it is complicated, but it's also simple. And if everyone in the world is going to use this, everyone's going to understand it. And we just need to come up with better ways to explain it. That's our role right now. Because Yeah, that's what I believe our role is, and that's what this channel is trying to do. Just trying to explain this technology without a profit motivation to people. You know, you think I don't want to take people's money? You don't think I don't want to take affiliates? But once I do that, my opinion is compromised, and you can't trust me anymore. And so I'm just doing this for free because I make enough just by stacking sats. And I'm gonna make enough by stacking sats. I don't need to get paid like from everybody. It's just like, yeah, it would be nice, but I would rather remain objective. I feel like that's what's going to matter in the long run. People are going to see like, hey, like, yo, this guy never took money, even from the good companies, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, because I want to support the good companies. I want to, if they're a good company, they deserve every fucking penny, and they shouldn't pay me something, because if they provide a good service, then that's the basis of a free market economy. It's like, fuck that, dude. I'm gonna pay full price for your shit, and I could bring you more customers, but we gotta let the free market decide. And yeah, that's what this is about. Decentralization matters. It always did, and it always will. Stack sats, relax, sit back, don't watch the world collapse, while one sat equals one sat. This is J Talks Crypto signing off. Like, comment, subscribe. I hate asking, but please.